I am now going to explain how to print data for one student and update goals once an IEP is held. So, if you look at your main page over here, your documentation page, let's say that you would like to print the information for the student MHH because you're holding a new IEP and you would like to add new data onto your spreadsheet here and print the existing data from the original IEP. So if we come up to the top here and we turn the filter on, we'll be able to sort and view data for just the one student. Here's our filter button. When you see the little triangles, you know the filter is on. If you select the triangle next to student, next you will temporarily clear the other students and start typing the name of the student that you'd like to print. So we're going to select MHH and click OK. Now you'll view data only for this student. Okay, so once we scroll to the top, we will be able to highlight the columns that we wish to print. And we can scroll down. Once we have that highlighted, you're able to come up to the file and either download as a PDF, or you can select print. And if you select print, you're going to click the option that says selection because we just highlighted the information that we want to print. So that is the selection, not the entire current sheet. Then you would click print. And then it will bring up the print preview. And from here you'll be able to change the destination if you'd like to select whatever printer that you would like your document to be printed to. You'll be able to select the option of color if you'd like it in color, if you want it two-sided or if you want it one-sided. And you can keep the box checked that says fit to page and it will print your document as so. Now, after you've printed this information and you're ready to start to enter the new goals, because as you can see, these goals expire on the 18th of May. And right now, the date is the 25th, and the IEP's already been held and the goals have been updated. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to highlight these rows going upward. Don't select the top row there, just stop at the row where the student's name is, right click, and you're going to select delete the rows right here that are highlighted. So it'll say delete rows. Although it says 4 through 257, it's only going to delete the rows that are selected. Once they are deleted, the student's name will disappear. And as you can see, this box right here next to student is green. That shows that the filter is still on for student. So in order to bring those rest of the students back, you can click this green box and select all to bring the rest of the students' names back and click OK. Now, we need to update the goals for that student that we just held the IEP for. So if we come over to the day that we see that student, we'll see right here is his row. He's typically seen on Mondays, MHH, and it says IEP with the date. So what we're going to do is we are going to update this date. So the IEP was held on the 13th of 2016, and we are going to update these goals. And then in order to go to the next line, in order to stay within that same cell, you have to hold the control button and click enter, and it'll go down in that same cell. Control enter, and it'll stay in the same cell. Now, if you just click enter, it will take you to the next box. So if you want to stay in that same cell, it's important that you understand that you have to do control enter in order to update the goals and stay in the same box. So that's how we will update the goals. After an IEP is held, it's important to remember that you need to update your goals, and you need to update this information accordingly so that on the documentation page you do not have mixed information from two different IEPs. And take that into consideration when you go to your attendance page. The IEP will start the new attendance. So you will not see any of the attendance from the previous IEP. Once that data is deleted from the documentation page, the attendance will be wiped to a clean slate. As you can see when you come to the attendance page, and if you look at the row that states MHH, this student now has zeros for every month's attendance because there was a new IEP held. You will also notice everything over here is reset to zeros as well. So the number of times each goal was targeted, all of that is reset to 0. Additional data is added on the documentation page for that student. Now, if you would have wanted to copy the attendance for the student before you deleted their information off the documentation page, you could have done so by clicking the attendance page, selecting the row with the student's name on it, going to File and Print or Download As. That would have been the option if you wanted to select that information and print before deleting it off of the main tab. I don't usually print mine just because it is on the documentation page and you can calculate the attendance if you need to based off the date, the % of accuracy, and the goals that were targeted.